Hey, Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome in Atlanta Falcons Today. Let's jump in the latest Falcons news and rumors here heading into the weekend. We'll start with Quentin Hesse and a mailbag question, because we get a lot of mailbag questions this week, and I want to give you guys a chance to ask your questions. Quentin says, #Falcons, I definitely agree that the Falcons need to go get help on the D-line and O-line for next year. So if we end up drafting a lot of big guys, what are your thoughts on assigning a free agent receiver that can really help out our offense? I mean, they got to get a receiver, and whether that's draft, free agency, or trade, they have to improve this wide receiver depth chart. Just look at it. I mean, minus Calvin Ridley, who's there? I like Russell Gage. I think Russell Gage is a great 2 or a 3, but after Russell Gage, you have a bunch of nobodies. Olamide Zaccheaus, Tajay Sharp, Frank Darby, like those guys don't count as legit wide receivers. Like, I know they're wide receivers, but they're just not good enough to help out Matt Ryan. So I agree. You focus on the D-line, the O-line, you give Matt Ryan some pass protection, and then you actually give him one more weapon, because Ridley's probably not going to be there in 2022. Now, who are your options in free agency? Well, there are a lot of really good ones. The question is, do they want to come to Atlanta, and can Atlanta afford them right now with about $15 million in cap space? A guy like Davante Adams, best free agent receiver in this class, he's not going to come to Atlanta. He costs way too much money. Atlanta can't afford him. Chris Godwin, maybe on a 1-year prove-it deal because of the knee injury, maybe. Allen Robinson, he's probably a little bit too expensive. What about JuJu Smith-Schuster? Is he going to want a massive contract, a smaller contract? Who really knows? He's dealing with an injury, coming off of an injury, I should say, as well. What about a number 2? In LA, like Mike Williams, who could become a number 1 for Atlanta? Like, there's a lot of receivers. It's not just the 5 I'm showing you here. And I think that Atlanta should definitely look at the market, maybe get an even cheaper one than the 5 you're seeing right now. But you're going to have to replace Ridley somehow. And even though Kyle Pitts is a baller, he plays tight end and is going to stay at tight end. So we'll see what they do. Whether it's draft, free agency, or trade, they have to do exactly something for the wide receiver position to go ahead and help out whoever the quarterback is, whether it's Matt Ryan or somebody else. An ad break pin comment here down below. Should the Falcons draft or sign a wide receiver this offseason? Would you rather draft or sign one? Drafting is cheaper, but signing one gets you preferably a better receiver quicker, right? Because they're NFL ready versus someone who's got to kind of grow in a system. Type D down below for draft. Type S down below for sign. Next question here on a mailbag video. Connor B says, #Falcons. I hear a lot about the Falcons taking a wide receiver from Bama in round 1 of the draft, but could you see us moving up a few spots to get a really good defensive player and or moving down to acquire more mid-round picks? They're not going to take the Bama receiver in round 1. Let me just tell you that. It's John Mechie or Jamison Williams. Not going to happen. Let's just get that out of the way. I think that they could trade up, but I really think they could just stay where they're at. Like let's just look at the draft order really quickly. As of today, and this can change, obviously, and it will. Jacksonville's locked into 1, Detroit 2, Houston 3, Jets are sitting there at 4, Giants sitting there at 5. Those are your 5 worst teams in the National Football League, all of which have locked up a top 5 draft pick, right? Regardless of what happens in Week 18, you can't go into the top 5 even with a loss and some help if you're Atlanta. Now, 6 through 10 can have some movement here because Carolina technically could win and beat the Bucs, unlikely, but they could move out of 6, and you see there at the bottom, Atlanta sitting at number 10. So moving up between 10 and 6 before the draft is likely in terms of your draft stock, and then moving into the top 5 is a possibility. But I think Atlanta has a chance, looking at this draft board, to get a really good defensive lineman or offensive lineman in the top 10. If you sit inside the top 10, if they're inside the top 10, they're going to have their chance. Like, it's not just Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau who are great. There are other good pass rushers out there. Another one from Michigan that you could go ahead and grab. Any of them would be an improvement over the current status of the Falcon defensive line. You guys think the Falcons will have a top 10 pick in 2022? I mean, I think they will, unless they win and, get really unlucky on Sunday. I think they're going to have a top 10 pick. If you agree, type Y down below for yes. If you disagree, type N down below for no. Now, we can all agree that you probably need a new Falcons hat and t-shirt, like the one you've been wearing for the past couple of years. It's getting old. It got stretched out a little faded in the wash. Like, how about getting a brand new hat and t-shirt combo right now? It's only $40. Chatsports.com/Falcons combo / link on the screen and down below me in the description box. Get you the hat and t-shirt combo you see on your screen right now, whether it's over here or it's over here. I don't know which side they're putting it on. That's Jeremy's job in terms of the production of this video, which I appreciate. Either way, great hat, great t-shirt combo. I see a lot of Falcon fans wearing old stuff. You should upgrade your stuff to the new Falcon look here. Chatsports.com / Falcons combo / for the hat and the t-shirt. Link is down below me right now. Tomas Alexander, good name, says, if we trade Ridley, do you see us getting a first for him? Is that too much or more day 2 picks? You're not going to get a first for Ridley. As much as I'd like to, you're probably going to get a day 2 pick. Whether that's second or third round, I don't know. But my mock draft right now, or my mock trade, as you see on your screen, is very simple. You send him to Philadelphia, who needs a wide receiver. There's rumors buzzing there right now. And you get back one of their second-round draft picks. They have multiple second-round draft picks in 2022. And and that to me is a fair trade. Like, the problem with Ridley and his overall trade value is that he didn't play this year. And when he played, he didn't look very good. And so you have teams now who have to decide, is Ridley washed? Like, is he going to be a shell of himself going forward? Are the mental issues going to linger? Or did he just want to, change the scenery? He's going to get out and then be 100% back to what he was his first couple of seasons with the new football team. And that's why you can't afford to pay him a first. Like, him sitting out has done him his trade value a disservice. Now, again, we're not going to blame him for that. But had he balled out this year and been a 1,000-yard receiver, you would trade him away for a 1. You would definitely get a 1 in return. But now it's likely a 2 or a 3. And so that is the expectation I have for a possible trade. And I think a trade will happen, by the way. I think that's definitely going to happen in Atlanta. Let me ask you guys this. How likely are you guys to recommend this channel, Atlanta Falcons Today, to a Falcon friend? You have a Falcon friend who loves the Falcons but haven't recommended him to this channel yet? Let me know your likelihood of recommending us to a friend by going down below in the comment section, scale of 1 to 10, right? 10 being like, this is the best channel ever, I would recommend it, or 1 being like, it needs some work. And if we do need work, let us know what kind of work that is. If you're a subscriber, we appreciate you guys' thoughts, and we will read all the comments down below, as we always do. I mean, I do that for basically every single video. So go ahead and hit a subscribe button, but let me know how likely you would be to share this channel with a friend as we try and grow here at Atlanta Falcons Today. The RC Mechanic says, #Falcons, could the Falcons' future not include Matt Ryan? It could, but the near future does. Like the Falcons' future includes Ryan in 2022. And this is my thought process on the quarterback, and I'll stand by this until the miracle trade happens, which is not going to happen this offseason. Now, if it did, then obviously the draft changes, and you got to take a quarterback in round 1. But my whole plan is, and what I think Atlanta should do, is keep Matt Ryan, because he's under contract, and he's hard to trade, and so keeping him is not necessarily a burden. It's what you need to do. Draft somebody in round 2 or 3, or maybe even 3 or 4, and let that be the future that can grow and nurture and mold under Matt Ryan's, care, really under his wing, if you want a Falcon reference. You have somebody like Malik Willis out of Liberty, who has a ton of talent, mobile quarterback, massive arm, but he's not NFL ready. And so why would you, ship away Matt Ryan for a non-NFL ready quarterback? This roster can have some big changes next year and win some football games. Keep Matt Ryan, improve the offensive line, draft a quarterback who can be the future in the future, not just the future in 2022, the future in 2023 or 2024. That is what I would do at quarterback, and I stand firm behind that going forward. Ryan will be a part of this team this coming year. Final one here. Tony Cordell says, what's the possibility of moving Kyle Pitts next year to wide receiver and using Hurst as a primary tight end? Very unlikely. It's not going to happen. First off, Hayden Hurst is a free agent. The Falcons will not resign him. They can't afford to resign him. They have, way bigger fish to fry. Look just no further than Cordell Patterson. As far as Pitts going to wide receiver, that also won't happen. He's a tight end. And he's better at tight end than he would be at wide receiver because of the mismatches. Instead of going up against a corner, he goes up against linebackers and safeties, and as you see, balls out. I mean, a 1,000-yard receiver potentially breaking the rookie tight end record tomorrow or Sunday, whenever it is no small task for a tight end. That's a huge thing to do. And so I think he needs to stay at tight end, and he will. It's not like it's a debate, not like they're even thinking about it. He will stay at tight end 100%. All right, if you did not get a part or be a part of, were a part of this mailbag video, if you didn't get your question asked or answered, #Falcons down below in the comments. You might be pulled for next week's mailbag video, and of course, be sure to subscribe as the offseason is basically here. Next time we talk will be Monday, and that will be the official day 1 of the offseason because the season will be done. So we'll get into obviously a lot of draft, a lot of free agency, and how to get the Falcons from a 7 or 8 win football team to a 9, 10, or 11 win football team. That's my goal for this channel going forward, and my goal to give you guys the latest Falcons updates as we always do. For Atlanta Falcons Today, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. To the rest of your day.